Josh Gordon's back, baby. So I made this video the other day, but I never edited it because I ain't shit. But yo, today, Josh Gordon's back. News just broke, and now I feel like, yo, Josh Gordon might be a top 10, top 5 receiver in this league coming up. You know, recently Madden dropped the ratings of the top 5 receivers, and honestly, I can't complain about any of them. Yes, Dez Bryant is missing, but the league is so loaded and so talented at that wide receiver position where I could easily see why an injured Dez Bryant didn't make this year's top 5. Now, running backs, that's different. It's honestly, I guess you could say, not one of the loaded positions in the league. Running backs come and go by night. That's just how things work. So I understand why they kind of had to reach for certain guys like maybe Lamar Miller or maybe Jamal Charles, who has some injury issues and longevity concerns. But top 5 receivers out. Dez Bryant not on that list. Brandon Marshall not on that list. Josh Gordon not on that list. Josh Gordon suspended for 4 games next year. Then he's going to be back in action. Now, Josh Gordon, when he was playing, was getting Randy Moss comparisons. Randy Moss, one of the GOATs, if not the GOAT. That's who Josh Gordon was getting compared to. So this is actually pretty dope news. Browns fans, congratulations. You got your boy back. That should be some good news for you guys. And yo, I can't wait to see Josh Gordon back in action. Hopefully he stays clean, stays acting right, doesn't, you know, I guess jeopardize his career, you know. Say no to drugs, kids, you know. Tobacco is wacko. You don't need weed. Alcohol is wackahol. I made that one up. I should be a freestyler. But yeah, Josh Gordon's out. Top 5 receivers in Madden. I guess I'll go down the list real quick. All right, top 5 receivers. Top 5, we got Antonio Brown. Dude's been beasting, putting up, you know, record-breaking seasons. I think he had 800 yards this past year. At number 2, another guy, league-leading receiver last year, Julio Jones. And Julio, man, Julio had a crazy year. The Falcons scheme last year was fucking Julio. Goddamn every down, goddamn every first, goddamn every red zone possession. They're throwing the ball, they were going to Julio. So that was kind of crazy. At 3, AJ Green. Now this guy wasn't a top 5 receiver last year. I think Brandon Marshall had a better year than him. Allen for the Jaguars had better years than him, both statistically when it comes to receiving and touchdowns, I believe. But somehow AJ Green leapfrogged those guys. Maybe we're getting a better, more energized AJ Green. AJ Green's definitely a top 5 talent. And once again, the receiver position is so loaded. I feel like you just can't really argue any of these guys' names off the list. You can argue guys' names on the list, but then it's like, who do you take off the list? And that's hard to do. So I can't complain, man. Odell Beckham at number 4. EA finally taking that Odell dick out their mouth. Odell Beckham, only number 4. Odell had a good year. I think, yeah, with like 1,500 yards, I'm guesstimating. He had a good year, though. And then lastly, DeAndre Hopkins. I thought he would have slept on Hopkins. I gotta be honest with you, but this dude is a quiet beast. Brock Osweiler, if he's any good, DeAndre Hopkins should have another big freaking year. Now, once again, some notable names missing. Bmar, he had 1,500 last season, a ton of touchdowns. I don't know how he's not a top 5 coming into this season. Dez Bryant was injured last year, so he didn't get the nudge. But you know, I think by the end of the season, Dez Bryant's going to be top 5 stat-wise if, and it's kind of a big if now, if Romo's healthy, if Dez is healthy. Of course, a ton of young talents on the come up. You got Mike Evans, you got Amari Cooper, you got, who else do you have, man? It's so many receivers. You got Landry of the Dolphins. Those guys might be on the list in the future, but yo, those are the top 5 receivers in Madden 17. Josh Gordon will be back in action next year. Browns fans, get hype about that. I will see you guys in the next one. Take it easy, boys. Peace.